Hello guys, and welcome to this round 2 of TUF1 here on F1 2021. So we're here in Bahrain, of course. Very tricky circuit. It's got 2 DRS zones, one on the pit straight and one just after, well, turn 2, turn 3. So plenty of overtaking opportunities to come. Of course, we have a full grid here, I believe, with Funky joining a bit late. But if you were here to catch the first race of the season, you'd know that it was a pretty dominant display from Miltos, and it was Luca and Julian who rounded off the podium. And just on board with Luca now, as he is the first person on track. So of course Miltos finished first, pretty dominant. Luca finished second, I believe, and Julian did indeed finish third. And to round off the rest of the finishers, it was, just need to bring it up, we had Toma in 4th, then ERT Henry in 5th, Panos Kara in 6th, Samba in 7th, Snarf in 8th, Vin in 9th, and Foxy rounding off the points in 10th. Then we have Santero in 11th, Stinner in 12th, Kills in 13th, Boogeyman in 14th, and Dreamsy 15th, and then DNF drivers were Funky, Bats, Eden, Josh Unknown, and Mini Meerkat. So let's see how Luca does on this first flying lap. Of course, he is on the soft tyre, so one of his pace you'd imagine that he would choose mediums maybe. He does have a bit of traffic ahead of him, misses the apex on turn 1, and he goes off track. He doesn't invalidate, so it will still be a valid lap. I do believe it is Vin and then Miltos, so shortly after Luca crosses the line we will jump over to Vin. He does invalidate, so we're just going to hop over to Vin now, who is on the medium tyre. Takes that very cleanly. Of course, 2 of the hardest corners on the track coming up. Let's see how he takes it. Slows right down, gets the apex perfect, and he gets a good exit as well. Probably the second trickiest corner on the circuit right here. You don't want to touch that curb or you're spinning. Hello Dexter, how you doing? Good to see you here, man. So just Vin, he does have some traffic ahead of him. That is Samba ahead of him, but the first lap on the board will go to Vin. What is his time on the medium tyres? It is a 1:27. Let's see what Miltos can do. Goes even faster, a 1:25.7. Jesus, what a lap from Miltos, a 1:25.7. I can barely get that in time trial. Henry goes second with a 1:26.0. Next person to cross the line is Eden. He gets a 1:28.3 on the soft tyre. The McLaren of Julian goes second fastest with a 1:26.04. Then we have JR Designs with a 1:27.1. Snarf goes quicker, only 3 tenths behind Henry. Then we have an Aston Martin, I do believe Pascara is going into the pits. We have Santero just going down into the last corner. Let's see the exit that he gets. It is good, it's a good exit. Get the telemetry up. And he sets a 1:27.0. So just over a tenth ahead of JR Designs, and Foxy shortly follows up, and he is 18 hundredths of a second behind Snarf. Then I believe we had, oh, what's going on? Luca now crosses the line, a 1:25.8 on the mediums, just under, well, just over half a tenth behind Miltos. Then that may have been Kills, who recently crossed the line and went 7th with a 1:26.5. Bats crosses the line and goes a 1:26.7. Very, very tightly congested in the midfield pack. Do have a McLaren. Bats has just. There's Julian going into the pits. There is a Haas crossing. No, that's Henry going into the pits. We have an AlphaTauri and a Mercedes getting very cozy at the last corner. That was Snarf, and I believe it is Will Simpo. So he hasn't set a representative time yet. Only 6 drivers haven't set a representative time at the moment. Let's hop on board with Stinner. He is going faster, 5 seconds faster, so he might move up a place or 2 as it stands. He is on the mediums though, so it won't be representative of his overall pace. It moves up to P11 or 1:27.5. Let's check the tyres that everyone did their laps on. Only 3 people opting to have the medium tyres, being Stinner, Vin and Samba. Samba puts himself in P9 with a 1:26.9, so he's got about 1.2 seconds, just under 1.2 seconds to make up on Miltos. Let's see. Boogeyman, is he on a lap? I do believe Boogeyman is on a lap, so let's stick on board with him, see what he can do. Shortly after we will be jumping on board with Toma. Boogeyman gets on the curb a bit too much. He doesn't invalidate there, which is crucial. See a lot of people spinning off there and invalidating. Let's see how he takes the entry to here. Wider entry, gets it hooked in, very, very clean from Boogeyman. Let's see, does he use all track available? No, not really. He gets it hooked round nice. Let's see how close he gets to the curb here. Could have got a little bit closer there, but it's all down to confidence. Lets it roll through the corner, picking up on the throttle just before the exit. And let's see where this lap will put him. Gets a little bit squirrely on exit. DRS active, 12th place for Boogeyman, a 1:27.1. And let's hop over to Toma and see what he can do in terms of putting a representative lap time on. Gets the DRS enabled. Does he use all of the track available to him? Yes, he does. Gets a wide entry as possible. Carries the speed through. Now let's see how close he gets to the curb. A little bit closer than Boogeyman. Doesn't take as much curb there. He can cut the corner quite a lot. There are yellow flags, but of course that is just cars going slowly. Again, takes a wide line to get a good entry. DRS active. Let's see what he can do. 5th fastest, a 1:26.2. Nearly 2.5 tenths behind Henry and Julian there. Let's see who else is getting close to getting a lap in. I believe the closest, Boogeyman's just done his lap. Lucas just started his one and Miltos as well. I believe Henry will be the next driver to cross the line who's on a fast lap. Someone has gone very, very wide. Just ahead of Henry. He is nearly 2 tenths up on his time. So that will improve him to above Luca in P2. Don't think it'll be quite pole position for Henry. Well, provisional pole, but let's see what his time will be. There is a car slow on the right side. That is JR Designs. He goes P2, 14 hundredths of a second, but Julian quickly follows. 3 thousandths behind Henry. You can't separate these two as it stands. We have Miltos going through 3.5 tenths quicker in sector 2. Takes a lot of curb. Scrubbed a little bit of time, but he goes even quicker at 125.3. He can just chill in the pits if he wanted to right now. Luca has invalidated his time. Let's see what Panascara can do. In the Aston Martin, he goes P5 at 125.9, some nearly 6 tenths behind his brother. We have Luca in P4. He's just starting a lap. I believe he's starting a lap. Yes, he is. So just going to stick on board with Luca for the time being. Meanwhile, Vin puts himself up. Luca has invalidated again, so he's going to be going into the pits, I imagine, putting on a new set of softs if he has some available. So there is a McLaren of Julian who's on his in lap. Will Simpo, who's also on his in lap. Then we have Henry, who's invalidated, and I believe he's on his in lap. Then we have Samba, who is on the soft tyre right now. Everyone is on the softs at the moment. Samba is lagging a little bit. We'll have to see what this time will be. Will it be a 25? It will when he goes P2. Nearly 4.5 tenths slower than Miltos. Miltos is really setting the pace here. And there's no denying that it'll take some drive to beat Miltos. Eden, I believe, is on a fast lap. So we'll stick on board. See what sort of time he can put on the board. Looks like it will be an improvement. How much of an improvement though? 1.1 seconds only moves him up to P16, 127.1. There is a Red Bull getting close. That is Toma on his outlap. So this may be his final run. So we'll have to do something big to make an impact. With 4 minutes left, anyone in the chat, please put your predictions down below for who you think will be getting pole position. Let's see how he takes turn 4, turn 3, turn 4, I don't know. Let's see, he is up on his time. It won't be enough to move him above Foxy, but we'll have to see that sector 2 split. Wide entry, misses the apex slightly, but he gets it rotated round. Gets on the power nicely as well. Luca is on his outlap right now, a bit early, but not the end of the world. Kills goes 9th fastest now, an improvement on Toma's time. He is 3 tenths up on his time now, so that will actually move him above Vin. So let's see where Toma will slot in. He goes above Vin, right in that sweet spot, 4 thousandths of a second. 4 thousandths of a second ahead of his Red Bull teammate. We have Bigger Man and Bats. Well, Bats on his fast lap right now. Let's see, he did lock up just slightly. Takes a wider entry so I can get it rotated around easier. I think Miltos will be comfortable just sitting in the pits, and just because it'll take some mammoth effort. Yeah, I said it right the first time. Oh, Bats has gone off the track, but he kept his foot in the floor whilst off the track, and it didn't actually invalidate his time. Kills is in the pits. Luca is on his fast lap. He does have traffic of Eden just ahead of him. Eden does move out of the way. Luca gets a little bit squirrely on the exit there of turn 2, but it doesn't invalidate. So I believe the next person we'll be jumping on after this will be Julian. Boogeyman has retired from the session in the pits, I believe. Luca gets it hooked around very nicely and gets on the power. He does have traffic ahead of him, and that is Henry. So Henry will have to move out of the way at some point. We'll see what this sector 2 split is for Luca. What will it be? He's getting very close to the back of Henry. It is half a tenth improvement. Henry... Oh, Luca's actually backed off of his lap, which is very interesting to see. Let's go on board with Julian now. Let's see what time he can put in. It is nearly a 2/10 improvement for Julian, which will put him ahead of Samba, but it's still not enough. He's nearly 5 full tenths behind Miltos. Toma is retired, so he won't go any higher than P7. Let's see what Julian's time will be. Miltos didn't get round in time. Julian gets ahead of Samba by nearly 1.5 tenths. Let's see what his sector 2 split is. It is 1.5 tenth improvement, still not enough. We do have Vin on a fast lap, Henry on a fast lap, Santero and Stinner on a fast lap, with Will Simpo and Dreamsy as well. Let's see what Samba's time is. It is faster than Julian, so currently an ERT 124. Luca is still on a fast lap. We do have an Alfa Romeo of Dreamsy coming towards the line, so I have to check what his time is there. He does put time on the board, but it doesn't mean... well, it means that he doesn't come off the bomb. See what Luca can do, as he's one of 2 drivers left. Luca goes P4, displacing Henry. We have Will Simpo, the last driver. He did improve, but it's not enough. So here is the results after the qualifying. So we have an ERT front row lockout of Miltos in P1, Samba in P2. Then we have Julian and Luca making up the second row of the grid. Then we have Henry and Panos Cara on the third row. On the fourth row we have Vin and Foxy. Rounding out the top 10 we have Toma and Stinner. In the 6th row we have Kills and Snarf, then Bats and Santero on the 7th. On the 8th row we have Boogeyman and Will Simpo, Eden and JR Designs. On the 9th row and Dreamsy on his lonesome on the last row of the grid. So to anyone who is watching, 3 things I'm gonna ask of you guys. First thing, who do you think's gonna win this race? Second thing, who's gonna get fastest lap? And third thing, what lap do you think the first safety car's coming out? I personally think Miltos is going to absolutely run away with this race. In terms of fastest lap, I can see someone maybe Julian or a Luca going for fastest lap if they've got a big enough gap behind them. And first safety car, well, nobody wants to see a safety car, but if there is one, I think it'll be lap 1, turn 1. So just to say again, first thing I want to hear from you guys in the chat, who's gonna win? Second thing, who do you think's gonna get fastest lap? Third thing, when do you think the first safety car's out? Just checking the tyre situation for everyone. Of course, the top 10 have to use the tyres that they qualified on. As far as that goes, everyone in the top 10 is on the soft tyres. Then we have Kills and Snarf on the mediums, then Bats on the hards, then Santero on the mediums, then Boogeyman, Simpo, Eden on the hards, JR Designs on the mediums, and Dreamsy on the mediums. So different strategies for everyone. Of course, there is no rules on whether you do a 1-stop or a 2-stop. Of course, if you're on mediums or hards, you can do a 1-stop, although it probably will not be as quick as doing something like a soft medium soft or a soft medium. As Miltos is just going down, seeing reminiscence here of the latest real life Grand Prix. Leader storming away as Samba being the Bottas, lagging behind a little bit. We have all 19 drivers on the grid. 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are underway. Miltos bogged down a little bit off the line, but Julian and Luca got a good start. But Miltos still has the lead going through turn 1, turn 2. Now Samba cut it a little bit. And we see Snarf in the background has gone off, and now he is stricken to P19 now. Stinner gets past Toma in the Ferrari. Kills gets past Toma now. maybe Toma's got some damage, or maybe Kills capitalised on an overtaking move. Stinner and Kills going side by side, ding dong battle there, and we're not even the end of that one. Now we have Santero and JR Designs fighting it out. Now Santero's looking to go around the outside of Bats here. It's not an ideal overtaking spot, but he gets the outbraking move done. They're still side by side. Boogeyman gets moved on a Stinner. Stinner's going very, very slow. Does he have damage? Yes, he's completely lost his front wing. And there's contact. Bats has spun. Very unfortunate for him, but we must move on to the action. Dreamsy and Stinner. Of course, Stinner doesn't have that front wing, so he will be pitting at the end of that one. Toma gets the move done back on Kills, so Toma has gone into 9th place, and he has Panos Kara ahead of him, who did drop down a few places, I believe, off the start. So, biggest loser of course is Stinner with that damage. He is in the pits right now. He needed a wing change. The biggest winners, well, the biggest winner was JR Designs, going from 18th to 13th, and Miltos and Samba already pulling a gap back to Luca. But then you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 car train. The Snarf has now DNF'd. He DNF'd at turn 10, I believe that is. We don't have a safety car, I believe. I think it's just a virtual. Yeah, I do believe it is just a virtual safety car for now. I can't see the actual safety car on track. But as it stands, Miltos has a gap of just over half a second. Just under half a second now. DRS is enabled and we're on the way. Samba made big leaps and bounds on Miltos now, and he's 3.5 temps, getting close to 3 temps. Gets out of the dirty air of Miltos, and now he's only 3 temps behind Miltos, so these two are going to be pushing each other all race long pretty much. And you guys are here with me to enjoy it. Closest battle on track, well, it's in the middle of this train that we've got. It is between Toma and Panos Kara. He won't be going for an overtake anytime soon. He's still 4 temps behind Panos, but he will be looking to get higher than 9th place. But once you're in a DRS train here around Bahrain, it is very, very difficult to get out of, and fastest laps are trading back and forth, back and forth. Henry finally gets it, and Samba and Miltos going side by side. Samba gets past, but he has actually got past him. Samba has a little bit of a moment, and he spun. He spun. Toma gets a 3-second time penalty, and Samba's still not finished dropping down, and he's down in 12th now. Maybe he's pushing a bit too much and went on the accelerator too early on the curb, and that's what spun him round. But now Luca has some clean air ahead of him. 1.2 seconds to make up to Miltos. He does go wide on the exit there, which is not something you want to do. But it's just keeping this gap big enough so he won't get overtaken by Julian, but he does get a very good exit, and he's on the back of Luca now, and Julian should really get this overtake done, and he does. Let's see how close Henry can get to the back of Luca. Gets very, very close, but now Julian will be susceptible to the overtake that he just had on him. But Henry gets a much better exit, and Luca squeezes him to the inside. It's still side by side, no contact. Luca being very generous with the space, and Luca's picked up a penalty for extending track limits, and now he's lost the place to Henry. But Luca goes for a very, very audacious dive bomb, but Henry has the desirable line and keeps the position. And I do believe that is Eden who has spun going round turn 2, I believe. Turn 3, sorry. But he has spun, and now he is some 17.5 seconds, close to 18 seconds behind Bats now. And now Julian in P2 has a 2-second gap to make up on Miltos. Only one person has stopped in this race so far, and that is Stinner. We may start seeing some soft tyre runners come in very soon for their first stop. It is still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 car train behind Julian, and Julian's really doing an amazing job here for Miltos, as Foxy and Luca are now battling, and Luca doesn't look like Luca has any damage, but you can see just how close everyone is, and Luca has now fallen back from Henry. So now these guys behind Luca will really want to get past him. They will seriously want to get past him. There is yellows in sector 1. I do believe that is Eden once again. Very unfortunate from him, but the people behind Luca like Foxy, Vin, Panascara and Toma will want to desperately get past him so they can have a chance at catching up to Henry and Julian. I do believe Foxy will be in a position to overtake maybe Vin as well. Let's hop on board with Foxy. Gets a move done on Luca. Will Vin get a move done? Luca defends it. Goes to the inside. Luca's still in there, and he gets the move done. Toma is in the pits. Samba is in the pits. Vin is trying to get a move done, but look at Panascara go. He gets the move done on Vin, and now Panascara in P6. Do believe Toma and Samba will be looking to get a potential undercut on these guys ahead of them, of course. Toma was very close to the back of Panascara in the undercut, having 1 lap fresher tyres on a track like this will do you wonders, so we could see him jump as far as maybe even ahead of Luca or Henry. Luca's gone round, he touched the curb. So tyres at the moment, Toma and Samba are on the mediums. As it is, have to see the stops as well. Only 3 people have stopped so far. Luca has gone into the pits. He's going to be putting on the mediums, I believe. No one else has pit, but Luca will be coming out behind Toma. It's just a question. I think he will come out behind Samba as well. So he's really lost out with that spin. It will be very close actually between Samba and Luca. Let's see. Actually not close at all. Samba just waltzes through. And now Luca's behind Samba as well. Of course this was how it was before, but Samba has had a real mare, as Toma is now ahead of him. And Miltos has pulled a 3.5 second gap to Henry. Will have to hop on board with Vin. There is yellows in sector 1 and I believe that's Eden once again. But we will start to see some of the soft runners come in, and if your Miltos, maybe he will try what he did at Canada, himself and Panascara. Maybe they try to extend the tyres. No one is coming in yet. Very, very interesting to see with 8 laps gone. Vin is getting very, very close to the back of Panascara, and I think Panascara is struggling a little bit. He's got 60% ERS. Henry is really struggling with ERS now. He's only got just under 30% ERS left, whereas Miltos in the lead has got 70 left. Let's have a look at the penalties. Only 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds for Toma, Luca and Eden, as I believe that was Will Simpo who had spun. Yeah, it could be a soft hard, as Kills now has gone round. Very unfortunate to see for Kills, as both Mercedes cars spin on the same lap. And he's lost his front wing, has Kills, so he's going to be dropping down the order drastically. Henry has gone in the pits. Foxy has gone in the pits. Panascara is in the pits. 19 laps to go. He is on the mediums, is Panascara, so maybe he will be extending the stint. Everyone, even Foxy and Henry, have gone onto the mediums. Boogeyman on the mediums. JR Designs is on the hards. Dreamsy's on the hards. Toma's on the hards. Everyone is going on the hards. Bats is on the mediums though. Very, very bold strategy by Bats, Boogeyman, Panascara, Foxy and Henry to go on to the medium tyre. Of course the hards will get you to the end from this position, and there's a safety car. There is a safety car out. And all of the people who pitted have really, really benefited from this, as the net race leader is actually Henry with Foxy in P2 and Panascara in P3. So the safety car, actually with Miltos, he will be pitting. I'm not sure where he will be coming out. Julian will be coming in the pits. Vin and Santero, I imagine, will be coming into the pits as well. They are. We'll have to see where Miltos comes out. You would imagine it would be, he would slot into the gap behind Santero, so Miltos will keep the lead. I have to see where Henry comes out. Maybe he jumps Luca. It will, or Julian. It will be close. He doesn't quite get past him. I think Julian may have pushed him off track, but when he came out of the pits, he was behind. When Julian came out, Henry was originally behind him, so maybe he tried to go for an overtake and then he got squeezed off the track. So if anything, this safety car is really benefiting the medium runners. I do believe the only person yet to pit, is Will Simpo. He is of course on the hard compound tyres, so he can go as long as he wants, but by the end of everything he's gonna have to pit, and that may force him to the back of the grid when he does it. If everyone catches up before the safety car gets round to the start finish line next lap, which I believe it will, we should see the safety car coming in next lap. So this safety car has really neutralized the lead that Miltos had, and of course he's gonna have pressure from the likes of Julian and Henry from behind. Just still waiting for Samba to get back. Samba did change on to the mediums, I believe. Just check the stops, yeah. Samba switched over to the mediums as he believes when a safety car comes in, it will be enough for the mediums to handle. He has caught up to the back of Stinner, so safety car, I imagine, should be coming in as Miltos gets on the power a little bit too early and nearly spins it, unless he's doing that for showboating purposes. There is a big gap. There we go, safety car is in this lap. Now Miltos is effectively the safety car for this restart, dictating the pace, and there's already a quite a sizable gap from Julian to Henry, but Henry has closed it up, sorry. I have to see when Miltos decides to go. So I'm on board with Julian for this restart. Miltos has gone. He didn't really catch Julian off guard, as Julian has stuck with him. But he's done just enough. Henry is looking to the inside, backs out of it. Contacts between the two, front left to rear right. We have some moves going on. Henry goes off track. He loses it. He stacks it in the wall. And he crashes off. Wouldn't be surprised if this is a safety car. There is just yellow flags for now. Everyone has gone past it, so I believe it will just continue. Samba must have had an excellent restart there, as now he is in P12 from, I believe he started P17 on that restart. So he's done exceptionally well. And this top 5 now of Miltos, Julian, Foxy, Panascara and Vin have already started pulling away from Will Simpo, and there's only one guy behind him, and that's Luca. He's on the hard tyres, so he will be looking to take these tyres to the end. Of course, you won't have VRS, you will have it after you cross the line. Will doesn't defend it at all. He isn't using any ERS, but look at Santero, he's trying to thread the needle. Too wide through turn 1, too wide through turn 2. Once again, side by side through turn 3, but Santero gets the move done, and now Boogeyman gets the move done, and Bats is getting close to the back of Will Simpo. He goes for a lunge. Will, and now Will, well, he's lost like 4 positions in half a lap. It's not what you want to see. He is on the oldest tyres on the track at the moment, but these are the tyres that he started on. We have Samba trying to go for a move now. Samba outbrakes him and he gets the move done. So now Samba in P10. Kills is getting close to his Mercedes teammate. Will goes very, very wide. Kills takes a tight line and he gets a move done on Will. Now it's Stinner's turn. Maybe a double overtake is on the cards here going into the last corner. Maybe you don't want to. He will get DRS. I believe he will. There's slight contact between Kills and Stinner. Does Stinner get DRS? I believe he won't, as it's not active yet. It will be active from this other zone. So now Julian is the man to hunt down Miltos. Bats gets a move done. Yes, he does, but Boogeyman gets an excellent exit. Side by side, Boogeyman backs out. And Bats gets the move done on him, moving him up into P8. Bats does lock up, but Boogeyman takes a tighter line and of course kills his momentum, which allows Samba to come through. He does get too much of the curb, which pushes him nearly off the track there, and he's around 7 tenths behind Bats now. Luca is losing time by being on the hard tyres behind Vin. But towards the end of this race, his tyres should be coming alive. Should be bursting with life as they come towards the end of this race. As Panos now gets a move done on Foxy, so now it is Panos' job to try and close up on Julian. He goes very defensive early. He does keep the position on Foxy, only 3/10 behind Panos, and Vin is just another 3/10 behind Foxy. So it'll be very, very intriguing to see how this plays out. Samba and Bats going side by side. Samba looking to go around the outside, which becomes the inside for this double left-hander, gets the move done. Now his next target is Santero and then Luca. Santero is getting very close to the back of Luca, only 4 attempts now, 3.5 attempts. And Luca did make a mistake there at turn 10. He had to stay off the track, take the little escape road, and I believe he did escape a penalty. No, I don't think Santero will be quite close enough. Maybe he will just as they reach the braking zone. Luca goes defensive to the inside and he keeps the position, but Santero's just that little bit closer, but so is Sammy. He's right on the gearbox of Santero. He doesn't have the overspeed to overtake him. I believe he goes for a dive and he gets the move done. So now only Luca between him and Vin. Vin is getting very close to the back of Foxy. Boogeyman also getting very close to the back of Bats, but that gap is only 4 attempts in reality. Now Samba's got to try and get this move done. We are over halfway through this race now. 30 laps to go. And it's game on for these guys. Luca will be benefiting from the long run, as Samba is just gaining and gaining and gaining. 1/10 is now the gap between Luke, well 3.5, 3/10 is coming down rapidly. Luca doesn't defend it. Samba now up into P6. The gap between Julian and Pascara is still 3.2 seconds. Santero and Bats were just battling. Tomo got past Kills as Kills gets another 3-second time penalty, moving it up to 6th. Tomo goes defensive to the inside. Kills looks to the outside. Pascara drifts out and he keeps the position. Toma going around the outside of Boogeyman. Boogeyman still in the gap. Maybe a little bit of contact between the two. Boogeyman gets on the power a little bit too early there. And has a little bit of a moment which enables Toma to confirm 11th place as his. And now the next task for Toma is to catch up and overtake Stinner whilst he is still getting DRS from Bats. Julian getting very, very close to the back of Miltos. But Panascara gets overtaken by Foxy, but now he's in a prime position to get that place back. Foxy goes defensive very early, trying to break the slipstream, and Foxy keeps on to the last podium spot for the time being. We'll have a look at the penalties now, as Luca still has 3 seconds of time penalties. Toma has 3 seconds and Kills. Dreamsy puts in the fastest lap, a 1:28.8. if the race were to end now, well, Luca would drop outside the points, Toma would drop down behind kills, and kills would actually drop back further, so Toma would be 13th. But Toma would be 12th. Kills would be 13th. He would stay where he is. Luca, on the other hand, well, he would drop down to 11th. Julian gets the move done on Miltos. Maybe Miltos is struggling a little bit. Foxy gets double overtaken by Panos Kara, and Vin is now currently a Greek 2, 3, 4, as Foxy thinks better to try and get a move done on Panos Kara and Vin. And now Panos Kara's got a mammoth task ahead of him to try and catch up to his brother Miltos. Let's hop on board with Toma now, and he is still part of this 6-7 car train. I do believe 6 cars, I believe. Yep, a 6-car train. Like I said before, you really don't want to be caught up in a DRS train, as they are very, very difficult to get out of, and now Toma has got such a difficult job to try and get past Stinner and get into the points paying positions. Try to say that 3 times as fast. Miltos is getting very close to the back of Julian, but Vin gets past Panos Kara. Panos Kara does have the benefit of DRS now, going down the second DRS straight, but Vin gets an excellent exit, and now he's bridged. Now he's pulled the 5/10 gap. Kills now gets a move done on Boogeyman, I believe, outbraking him. And now Stinner has got himself a 3-second time penalty. 4 drivers have now got penalties. The next driver who is close to the guy ahead is Bats on Santero and Toma on Bats. The 2 closest battles on track, but of course they're right at the tail end of a train. Very unfortunate. Bats now gets a 3-second time penalty, and I believe that is no one actually more than 6 seconds yet. Everyone, all 5 of them are on 3-second penalties. JR Designs now gets a penalty. Will Simpo will have to start looking at pitting very soon. 20 lap old Hearts. They will not be in a good state at all, as Santero gets the move done on Luca, and Luca's just been burning through his ERS, the same as Toma and Stinner. Julian and Miltos haven't used ERS at all. Panos Kara's still got 80% left as well. Panos and Vin have to try and catch up to the 2 leaders, and of course if they do that, they'll be bringing along a little orange Foxy with them. So now we've got, just hop on board with Panos Kara. He's just getting under 4 tenths behind Vin. and he's gonna have to get a very good exit and a very good run on Vin. He will be getting very close. Will he get a move done in the braking zone? No, he won't. He thinks better of it. But will he get a move done in the second DRS zone? Luca and Bats are now fighting, so Luca's really struggling now. Will he? Oh, contact between them. Luca gets a 3-second time penalty. He had a very poor exit. That's a virtual safety car there, and I don't blame him. Luca had a very poor exit, which forced him to make contact. And Bats doesn't have a front wing. I'm sure we will see that incident in the steward's report in the steward's room. But it's gonna really benefit the medium runners here, having just a period of time where just having that little period where you're not absolutely pushing, but you're preserving the life of the tyres. With, I believe it's 6 laps left. Vin gets a... Oh, Vin got drive-through penalty for speeding. Who else got penalties as a drive-through for Vin? I believe that was it. I think Bats may... No, Bats is on the softs now. He's gonna try get the fastest lap from here. But one man now that we have to really look out for is Panascara. Now knowing that Vin has a drive-through penalty, Panascara is gonna be a 3rd place driver, and Vin, well, he's gonna have to drive through the pit lane. And that's gonna cost him just under 20 seconds. Very unfortunate if you are Vin, but you gotta stay alert and stay vigilant. When you're on the safety car, a virtual safety car, Luca, after the highs of last week, finishing in P2, now finds himself struggling down in P8 with the early Toma 97 breathing down his neck. Will Toma get a move done? He goes to the outside, not quite alongside enough, and well, contact between Luca and the back of Santero. Toma gets the move done on Luca. Will he now get the move done on Santero? Looks to the outside line. Maybe looks to try to switch it to the inside, but it doesn't quite work. But he is still 2 tenths behind. Luca is now dropping positions like a fly. Now in P10. It's so unfortunate to see from Luca. He does have damage. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have damage. Maybe he's got some floor damage or some bargeboard damage. Dreamsy sets another fastest lap of 1:28.657. We will hop on board with the leaders as Julian is still leading the race, with Miltos in P2 7 tenths behind him. Both of them not really using ERS, both trying to save as much as possible. But Vin still hasn't served his drive-through. And Toma now gets past Santero into P7, but Toma does have a penalty. We'll hop on board and see the penalties now. So Vin has still got the drive-through penalty that he has to serve. Toma's got 3 seconds, Stinner's got 3 seconds, Luca has got 6. Bats does get a move on JR Designs. As I was saying, Kills has got 3 seconds, Boogeyman 3 seconds, Bats 3 seconds, and now JR Designs. So as it stands, with Vin having to serve his drive-through, Panascara will be in P3, Foxy will be in P4, Samba in P5. We have to stick on board with this battle at the front. Since the last lap, the gap has fallen by this point by a 1/10. And now Vin comes in to serve his drive-through, and Panascara inherits the 3rd place, and Samba now inherits P5. Miltos is getting very, very close to the back of Julian, within 4 attempts now. 3 laps of racing to go. Do have Dreamsy, I believe, who's made a mistake at turn 10. Yellow flags, but it won't be a virtual safety car. The dirty air behind Julian is just really making it difficult for Miltos. He does have a benefit of DRS going down this straight, but Julian has just been on another level. Dreamsy gets a 3-second time penalty now, but we'll have to concentrate on this battle as Miltos is still right there. We'll have to see what the gap is by the last corner, as it was about 6 tenths the last time. It's now going all the way down to 4 tenths. He's made up 2 tenths by this point. Made that a 10th now. Will Miltos be close enough? Maybe he'll get right on his gearbox into the braking zone. Moves out so Julian can see him in his side mirror. But he just isn't close enough. Maybe now he's close enough to try and get moved on. Will Julian defend it early? He doesn't choose to defend it at all. He knows that Miltos was just too far back, but he is closer than ever. He is within 3, just over 3 tenths behind Julian. I do think it will be very, very close from Miltos. He will be putting everything into this and trying to get the win here. Yellow flags in sector 3. I think that is Will Simpo going very slow. Has Will Simpo got an issue? No, he doesn't. But let's hop back on board with this. Vin gets past Luca now, so Luca is now out of the points. Our 2nd place driver Julian goes very, very defensive as Miltos is deploying everything he can. He goes round the outside, Julian defending it. Miltos gets wing damage, the contact, he loses his front end plate on the back of Julian, and I think that is the defining moment in this race victory. May see that in the stewards. But now, yeah, he's really struggling now. Really struggling. And that's so unfortunate for him to get wing damage on the back of Julian. And now he's got his brother fast approaching behind him. Not sure what Will Simbo's doing. Has he lost his wing? No. Boogeyman has DNF'd out the session. Valiant effort from Miltos. But the defining moment of all this was the wing damage that he got. And now he's going to come under fire from his brother. Oh no. He's going to come out under fire, but there's only one man that we need to be talking about now, and it's Julian. After a P3 last race, he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Panos Cara 3 tenths behind his brother Foxy in P4. Samba comes home for P5. Santero in P6. Toma P7. Stinner P8. Kills in P9. Vin will get P9. Kills drops down to P10. Luca comes into the pits and retires. He is not happy at all. Bats jumps him into 11th. Yeah, it was very, very unfortunate from Miltos to get that damage, as he was pulling everything to try and get it done. JR Designs finishes 12th, and Will Simpo, he will be finishing in P13. Very, very exciting race there, as Santero gets the driver of the day in game. If it was a thing for us to choose drivers of the day, I would probably have, well, wait to see the results. For me, it would have to be Santero. Just had an amazing drive from P14 on the grid to finish up in P6. Of course, he got fortunate with the people DNFing who started highly. Mainly Henry. Yeah, mainly Henry. And Snarf as well ahead of him. But he had a fantastic drive. So the final results, we have Julian in P1, Miltos in P2, Panos Cara rounding off the podium, Foxy missing out by 5 tenths of a second, and we have Samba in P5, Santero P6, Toma P7, Stinner P8, Vin in P9, Kills in P10, Bats 11th, then JR Designs in 12th, Simpo in 13th, then Luca, Boogeyman, Dreamsy, Eden, Henry and Snarf all DNF'd from the session. So that was very, very exciting race, and I do believe Miltos will still have the lead in the championship, with, I believe it is now Julian in P2 and Panos Cara maybe in P3 in the championship, but we have just to run through the grid, to run through the next race we have. Where is it? There it is. Next race in wait, I need to get this up. Sorry for the wait. Next race in TUF1 we have is need to go to announcements. Next race next week is in Brazil. And on Wednesday we are in Imola for TUF2. So big thanks to all of you guys here watching the stream. An excellent race it was. It won't be me commentating on Wednesday, but whoever it is, be exciting to see you there at Imola. See you guys later.